Hi Leo, welcome your monthly reading for the month of September, and yep, I guess we can get started. So the first card you got for September, Leo, is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So resisting some change or maybe some bad luck or something just about resisting, not accepting maybe something, maybe feeling stuck, maybe feeling like you have a bad luck in the month of September, just not accepting something, maybe energy of being stagnant energy. The next card is the Knight of Wands reversed. So maybe you did something very like impulsive without really thinking, and after that like a whole it kind of made a lot of consequences for you, and they are going like for all September, those consequences of your actions. But there was something impulsive that happened, maybe something aggressive, and you did maybe something like that, something just impulsive, not without thinking, and it just like made a whole lot of consequences for you because of something you did. Also, maybe you will have like bad contacts with people, something like that. Just you kind of being maybe very angry or aggressive about those changes that are happening, or maybe those things that fate kind of made for you in the month of September. But there's a lot of kind of like impulsivity and a lot of kind of like maybe aggression and stuff like that, like acting fast without thinking. But let's get some clarification on that. So we have the Emperor reverse. There's kind of like a lot of controlling behavior, a lot of like kind of aggression towards people. So there's a lot of that, like maybe you do something, but then it all fall apart, and now you kind of let go of it. You try something else, it falls apart again, and instead of like trying to fix that, trying to kind of make something out of it, you move on to the next thing, and it crashes too, and you again move to another thing, and it all just there's kind of like this a lot of like this crashes for all of the month, like a lot of this kind of going from one thing to another without first of all fixing this thing, and you just move on to another thing, then it falls apart and you go to another thing, and at the end of the movie you're like left with a lot of things you have to fix. But yeah, a lot of kind of like impulsivity and moving on to next things without even finishing one or fixing one. But yeah, that's kind of energy, and that is what is kind of making this month like seem like it just like fate made you like a lot of this bad luck, but in reality it was just like consequence of your own actions and being impulsive and not finishing stuff or fixing them and moving on to the next stuff. And yeah, this kind of energy. The next card, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is like you kind of having this breakdown mentally or in the material world. Maybe about money, but it's mostly like consequences of your own actions. I see like you being aggressive about this, mad about this, and as I said, this kind of impulsivity and carelessness where you're just like not fixing things or finishing them and moving on to the next things. This kind of energy I get. And at the end of a month, or even in the middle of month, at the beginning of month, whatever it might be, you just like it all just falls apart, okay, because of your own kind of actions, and you are left with this breakdown of your own breakdown, or the breakdown around you of the things that are happening that crashes down. But yeah, there's just like a lot of kind of aggression, fear. What else? What's the word? You being kind of desperate, if I say it right, probably not, but you kind of being needy, kind of being like really like into the emotions, like this thing is falling apart and you're just like going crazy, mad and shocked, and everything is going out so fast, you're just like improvising and being impulsive without thinking, and you're just like making everything kind of worse, and just like big breakdown, big crash. So yeah, the month of September for you, Leo, is all about like this big crash. Yeah, the next clarification is that Eight of Pentacles reverse. This is like you being kind of lazy, and you kind of, as I said, you're just like starting something and it's not without finishing or fixing this thing. You are moving on to the next thing and then to another thing, and you're just lazy, so you just leave those things without fixing them or finishing them, and at the end it's just like a big mess because you were lazy and you didn't finish them or fix them. And yep, so this all breakdown, this all crash that is happening in September is actually because of your own actions. Maybe not in all of you, but there's a lot of kind of like, for most of you it's about the laziness and about, as I said, impulsivity. And for some of you it might be that you just didn't do your work or stuff like, but I just get like it's your own fault, basically. Like own fault. I mean, like, it's the consequence of your own actions. That's what I mean. And there's a lot of like this aggression about this, and a lot of kind of like being angry about this, and impulsive and desperate and looking and just holding on to anything that might help you, and at the end, just big mess. And yeah, and you just don't know how to fix it at the end because you made such a mess, or there's just such a mess that happened in your life that you don't know where to put your hands and what to fix first. And yep, that kind of energy, like big mess, huge mess. The next card is the Five of Swords reversed. Whew. There's a lot of kind of like this energy of being crushed, being like energy of failure, of being defeated by the life or the people around you or by yourself even. There's just like this aggression, sadness, and it's like, oh my god, what just happened? I don't know how I would get out of this. And it's just like, just the energy of being defeated, like, yeah, at the beginning of month it might be like you kind of holding on to anything that might help you out of this impulsivity, being desperate, but later on to be just like full on energy of being defeated and like misery and breakdowns. And yeah, I hope it's not like that for every one of you, because it sounds scary. Yeah, okay, we have Eight of Swords. So yeah, as I said, something is just like, you just try to get out of this, but you put for yourself so many swords that you don't have any way to go around this. Okay, you just put this sword, and without kind of pulling this out of the ground, you pull another sword and another, and now you're just trying to get out, but you can't go around this because yeah, there's no way. You just feel like there's no way out. I mean, you're still trying to get out of this, you're trying to get around this, but oh my god, just look at this. That looks scary. Yeah, just scary energy. Ooh, my gosh, that is so true. We have a 10 of what? No, this is a Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fortune. I remembered what was the meaning, but I forgot what it was this card. But Wheel of Fortune, it tells all about how life can change in a moment, and one day you are just this young lady, and the other day you can be this old lady here. So it just, you just feel like our life just crashed down in the one moment, and we're just like perfectly fine one moment, but the other moment just everything like fell, and like what just happened? Like seriously, what just happened? And it's like you didn't expect something like that might happen like overnight in 1 week or something like that. Just it happened so fast, and it was like major fall, major breakdown. And we have again eight of pentacles reversed again. So it tells me like those are all the consequences of your own actions. This is your kind of laziness. This is your kind of like maybe not even the laziness, but you just not being focused on the right things. You just not I just kind of get like those are the consequences of your own actions. It's your kind of responsibility for all this mess that happened. Yeah, there's all kind of this type of energy. And the next card is the King of Wands reversed. Yeah, with this, and this is kind of getting me a lot of kind of like bad examples which you are making for yourself. Kind of you not acting fair, you kind of doing something shady or stuff like that. Not for all of you, but for a lot of people, I kind of get like you just didn't do something fair or as it should be, and a lot of kind of this anger and kind of also like I don't know, just not being the person you want to be, like not being the example you want to be for others. Just a lot of this shady energy, maybe not doing something fair, a lot of kind of like aggression, kind of not being the right example for people around you, for yourself even. Just nasty energy, nasty. And we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, not listening to yourself. I don't know, it's like you completely like ignored the intuition you had in before that hour happened. Like as I said, you were just like making those stuff for yourself. Like those are the consequences of your own actions. I said you pull those swords for yourself, by yourself. Because you didn't listen to yourself, you just like went from one thing to another without fixing them or stuff like that. That's just example, but you just didn't do something right, and you made those consequences for yourself, those things for yourself, and you didn't listen to your inner voice. You didn't listen maybe to you listened to your ego, or maybe you just didn't listen to what your heart was telling you. Because as I said, I get a lot of like unfairness from your side, like a lot of kind of like shady things going on, and I just kind of get the feeling like you did something shady, something not right, not fair, and you didn't listen to your heart, and now you get consequences of that, and you have to take responsibility for that, for your actions. And we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, it's just like you just feel like insecure, and you just kind of have to have this time for yourself to think about this. But the point is that you don't have time right now, because as I said, so many things are going on, you don't know where to put your hands, where you should kind of start fixing all of that is happening. And you don't have time to think, you don't have time to kind of go and take some break. At least that's what is in your mindset, that's what you are feeling, but you need that. Because if you will not think about this, what you are doing, how you are going to fix that, you will just like make a whole lot of mess again, because you will not think about what you are doing. That's the point. You have to stop being desperate and have to stop being aggressive and impulsive. You have to take this time, even if you think like there's no time. You have to do something, fix something. You have to take this time and think about what you are actually doing, because you will make another mess if you won't take this time and listen to yourself. And yeah, oh my god. And we have some now oracle cards which will tell us like the keywords for the September for you, Leo. So you have a guardian angel. Yeah, you basically weren't a guardian angel. And as I said, there was just this inner voice and you didn't listen to it. You just like, you were just like talking to yourself like, okay, that's wrong, like don't do this, that's bad, or you should do that first. And you know, that's kind of like intuition, what is telling you what you are kind of talking to yourself, but you didn't listen to it. You just went with your ego, or maybe impulsivity, with your feelings, or whatever it might be. And you just didn't listen to your inner voice, like, or maybe there was even a person, just everything around you was telling you like, maybe not do this or do that or whatever. You just didn't listen to that, and those are the consequences of your own actions, actually. I mean, not for all of you, I mean, but for most of you it might be the point, because that's what I'm getting. But yeah, Leo, that's a whole lot of mess that you made for yourself. And the next card is truth. Yeah, you have to like, maybe there, as I said, just like you were avoiding this truth, this intuition you had. Somebody was telling you like, okay, this isn't right, or maybe you should do that instead of that, and you realized the truth when it was too late. And now you have to realize that and fix all of that mess you did for yourself. Heavy energy expression. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of like, I kind of get feel like all month of September is you kind of going with your ego, feelings, impulsivity, anger, and stuff like that, and just being annoyed and going with that feeling of wanting to fix something, or you know, there's a ton of energy of anger and impulsivity, irritation, like a lot of kind of going with those feelings, like being controlled by those feelings instead of listening to your intuition. So that's the energy I'm getting. So now we have two cards about what is kind of the energy overall in the month of September. So the first card is the Angel of Sky. So it's again about the guardian that you didn't listen to. You didn't listen to yourself, kind of. And you will have to start, because I see like, no, but I don't kind of see like you actually listening to yourself, because all month of September is you kind of trying to avoid this, avoid listening to yourself, avoid having time for yourself, because you think like, oh, I don't have time for taking time for myself. I don't have time to think about this. I don't have time to make a plan for myself. I just have time for fixing things, but without this thinking, you will not fix anything. And I don't see you like taking actually this time off to think about this, make a good plan. You're just like, I'm off of September, you're just like impulsively acting out on this. The next card is the Wisdom. Okay, so it's you kind of not listening to yourself, to this knowledge you have. Oh my god. That's heavy. So now we have the advices from angels, whatever it might be, for you, but just advices, messages for you. So the first card is look for a sign. The next card is meditation will bring answer. And we have don't stop. Yeah, definitely don't put yourself in the place when you'll be stuck with this breakdown and this misery, because that's not the point to stop. So don't stop fixing the situation. But what you have to do is take time to take action in thinking actually, and not listening to your feelings. Bad feelings, I mean impulsivity or aggression. But just take action in actually doing something which will bring you good results, which is, for example, meditation or thinking about what you are doing. Just take this time off to calm down. I'm getting angry from this reading. But yeah, and look for a sign, whatever it might be to you. Yeah, I don't kind of see you like taking any good action in the month of September. It's like you like completely ignoring anything, and at the end you're just like left with all this mess. And I think like we'll get more information in the next month. In this month, it's just like all about this, making this mess, getting the consequences of this, being in this kind of misery, trying to impulsively then fix everything. September is all about like going and trying to fix those things impulsively. I don't know, I actually want to put out more cards for you, so I will do that, because I don't know, I think like you need more informations. So Leo for September, and yeah, perfect. Okay, so we have the Fool, which I don't know if it came out like that or that, but however it came out, it's you having to start over. You can't give up, you can't let go, but you also can't just keep going like that. So you just have to take like this time to think about this and figure out how to start from the beginning and kind of organize your life. Because if you keep going like that, like you are doing right now, it will bring you nowhere, and you will just like let down yourself and put yourself even lower. And also, by the way, you might take with yourself over people and make a lot of additional mess in your life. So you just have to like have this fresh energy. So I think like meditation will be great for you, actually, just taking this time off, maybe going to the nature or something. But yeah, you just definitely have to start over, start with a new plan, new energy. You just have to separate yourself from your emotions and ego. Okay, September for Leo. September for Leo. Okay. September for Leo. Okay. Yeah. We have I don't know how it was called. I think it was Page of Wands. I think it was Page. No, it was the Knight of Wands. There is something you have to do, and you have to be brave in that, because I think you know what to do, but it might be risky. But you just have to go in and be very brave about what you are going to plan. Because I think like once you separate yourself from those feelings and ego and all of that, I think you might actually have this clarity and have this like maybe a little bit risky plan or risky thing to do, or like this big idea that might kind of make you scared. But once you kind of be brave and go for it, I think like it might bring like good results. It might bring you like really great results if you just like go in full on and do this. It might really bring you great results. So you just have to be brave and separate yourself from the feelings and start over with some fresh energy. So you definitely need to take this time and as I said, separate yourself from those feelings. Think clear and calmly. Yeah, you have to do some research, because I don't know what is the situation, but whatever it might be job, it might be family, it might be all, but you have to make some research. You have to make some deep, calm work. Okay, you have to make work. You have to put in effort, but you have to think. You can't. It has to be planned. You have to know what you have to learn and what you have to research. You just have to put in the work and actually fix the situation, instead of just like, I don't know how to express it. You just like making this all impulsive things around you. You just have to calm down and think, what is it you have to do to fix now this situation you are in? What is the right thing to do now? And you just have to do this with a calm mind. And you just have to make some work. There's a lot of things that you have to maybe figure out. You just have to know what you are doing first. So that's the point. And one more card. September for Leo. Okay, that's too much. Okay, we have 2 cards, and yeah, we have King of Cups reversed, and we have Magician reversed. Okay. Oof. Okay, I actually see like it would be a good idea for you to really make some deep work. You just have to like close yourself off from people, because this card actually have most of the negative meaning. But in that case, I kind of feel like it would be actually good for you to isolate yourself from all influences from the outside world. So it's good for you to go sit in your room and close all the windows and just focus on what you have to do, okay? Maybe you will also have to like ask others for help, because maybe it's, I just have the feeling like you have to think about a good plan. You have to make some deep work about what is actually going on in your life and what is it you have to fix. There's some huge things you have to do. Like for some of you, you have to make like something big to kind of fix those stuff, and maybe it may be just you kind of being brave about this and kind of having this calmness of mind. And it might be this big thing you have to do. You maybe have to do some inner work, and that is the biggest part. But there's a lot of kind of this deep energy of work, like this work in isolation, like this learning mostly about this stuff. Because now you just, for a month, you just made some physical stuff. You made some like, you know, just like a lot of this kind of physical stuff you did. Impulsive stuff. But you didn't actually learn anything. You have to now like go and learn what you are actually doing. Maybe your business is failing. You can just do random things. You have to learn about business, economics, stuff like that, for example. So that's what you have to do. You have to do some deep inner work, deep learning. That's the energy I'm getting. And if you have the need, you have to ask others for help. But not in the way like you are codependent to them, you know what I mean? Because that's also the point. You can't ask others for help and then get codependent to them. You have to make this on your own. You have to be secure, safe by your own, stable by your own. You can't just like, if you lost your living space, for example, because you don't have money, whatever, you can just get codependent to people in the way that you will just like live with them in their house. You know what I mean? You might go to them and sleep a few nights or over or something like that, but you just have to work to get your own place. You know what I mean? So ask over for help if you need it, but it's just temporary. You just have to work on being secure by your own. You can be codependent to others. Okay, that's actually all I think I can do for you here. But yeah, I hope your situation will get better. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope your month will be better than I described. But I guess that's it. So if the video resonated, let me know down below in the comments. Also, you might also have to want to check your moon and rising sign if this is not resonating. But yep, so let me know down below in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video, and subscribe if you wanna see my face a few times a week, a month I mean. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and take care.